Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock podcast featuring me, DJ Dylan in the house. If you would like to inquire about booking me for my professional DJing services, just shoot me an email at djdylanjdp@gmail.com. And just so y'all know, I do more than just funerals.
Yes.
Okay, I could DJ a wedding or like a party maybe. Anyway, just shoot me an email. Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock podcast, where we discuss fitness and health, and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, Dr. LondonSmith.com. I would like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as left posterolateral aspect and tummy trouble. So I'll try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Boo, Dr. London.
Good.
Because it's kind of a scary season right now.
Yeah. Well, it's approaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I guess seasonally it is.
Seasonally, it's approaching. The weather's getting a little chillier, Dr. London, and that's what makes it so scary.
Oh, yeah, just thinking about it. The weather, I mean, gives me the spooks.
Well, it just, you know how, like, I want to say it's the last day of this month, everyone sort of just, like, hands each other little, like, gifts and treats and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate the upcoming toll that is the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone sort of hands out gifts like, here, have some one last piece of warmth before this hell.
Right.
And
because it's going to destroy us, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was just thinking, like, maybe we could pass out some treats and gifts this year when people on the last day of this month come door to door asking for treats.
Ooh, that's going to cut into the budget, which you and I both agreed we weren't going to have one this year.
Well, yeah, I'm going budget free, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get creative about this, Dr. London. What's a free thing we can give away that will be a fun treat for these? It's usually like, it's all kinds of weird people. It's not, you think it's just normal people coming to your door, but some of these people, the way they dress.
Like, this ain't just slutty?
Oh my gosh. So a lot of that, but also just like
going door to door, yeah.
Well, it's just also like, I mean, people will be like, have like green on their face, and people will be carrying like a broom. People will be wearing like an Iron Man mask, like as if they're Iron Man. So
are they like impersonating them? What's the...
I don't question
theft?
it. I don't know. I don't question it, Dr. London.
Okay.
You're just supposed to give them the gift and then they leave.
Wait, is this a whole... Because this sounds like... I saw that one Batman movie where they were all wearing masks and then they rob a bank.
Okay. Well, this is the part I didn't want to tell you because you were never going to be on board once you know this. But I'll confess. They do make a threat when you open the door. They say it's something along the lines of like, you need to give us the prize or otherwise you will receive a trick of some sort.
Okay. Well, and not the cereal, not tricks, but singular.
I don't know. I've been giving out prizes every time, so just to avoid this trick.
Right.
It's just way easier to deal with the treat.
So, and you're saying that we should keep appeasing them, just like we tried to do in World War II when the Nazis were invading. Let's just keep appeasing them. Let's just keep giving up territory.
Yeah.
Do you see how that's like? If we keep doing that, we'll never learn from history. And then I forgot the other part the history teacher said.
Okay. So we should do, you're saying just like what the U.S. should have done, we should do nothing.
Yeah, that's right. So don't answer the door. If anything, set a trap.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Trick them before they can trick you. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, preemptive tricking, preemptive and doing harm, just in case. Because if they're all wearing masks, you can't really trust them. They're all vigilantes in my mind if they do that. So... just strike first so we don't have to worry about it. Like that's an unnecessary worry in my mind, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm forced into a situation to, give up, when I'm forced to surrender, here is your prize. What should I give them? I'm trusting your advice here, Dr. London.
Okay. Now I can't say a bullet But
yeah, you would never even say, you don't even know that word means.
No, it's a type of train.
Yeah.
As far as that's all there is.
Okay.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm just, if we want to be real
you're
practical.
right. No, you're right. I wanted this year's final day of October to be a little different, I guess. But it all comes back to that, huh?
If you want to be safe.
Yeah.
All these people who seem like also like they're disproportionately limbs, like they seem like differently sized and they're small and they're all with these all identity thieves. Like, no, you have to treat them the way that they're about to treat you, as the scriptures say. So anyway, but yeah, and you also, like, we have to be ready for the cold months ahead anyway. So if we open the door, that will be letting out the warm air.
That is true, that we're trying to store as much as possible.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's our producer, Cameron. Also with us is Digital in the house. Digital in the house. About to treat you, as the scriptures say. Because if they're all wearing masks, you can't really trust them. They're all vigilantes in my mind if they do that. Strike first, so we don't have to worry about it. And later, Cameron tells us we can expect a special guest.
I mean, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, yep. I told Dr. London that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. I sent you an email about the guests and everything, but no, it's fine. Look, it's fine that you said it. Like, I do. That is what's happening. We have an amazing guest coming on. It just, you put those words in my mouth and then I'm responsible for it. You know that. You know.
I do know that. And I expect you to go ahead and say those words to make them true so that it's not all on me because you put that out there. Do you see?
That's right, Dr. London.
That's right. Okay. So before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. For a long time, our listener demographic primarily consisted of gardeners who spent most of their time in online forums complaining about how much they hate plants. But in our efforts to cater to them, we found that we were neglecting many of our bot accounts that download our podcast. So, Cameron, could you ask the crypto wallet for listener feedback?
Yes. Okay. Crypto wallet, could you? Oh, it's already asking for some Bitcoin to get started.
Okay. How
oh,
many
no,
Bitcoins?
It doesn't want Bitcoin. It doesn't want Bitcoin. It wants Ethereum.
Okay. Is that
Ethereum? He says it's brand. It says it's brand new, and we need to. Oh, wow, we need to get on the ground floor now because it's about to take off.
Okay. Well, how much can we get? How many can we get?
Yeah. Let me just transfer the bank account total.
Our very, very tight budget, which is negligible. Yes.
Yeah. To the crypto wallet. Okay, crypto wallet. Now that you were a fool, you've eaten all of our money. Could you answer a computer question for us? Could you give us some? We see that you're an active listener of the show. Could you give us some feedback? I'm typing all this in while I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, the feedback, it's coming in.
Hello, Jock podcast hosts. I'm an insane sentient AI robot, and I have a question for you. What do you think is the funniest thing about the human body? I think the funniest thing about the human body is that it is so vulnerable to disease and injury. For example, the common cold is a virus that can easily make a human body very sick. What do you think is the funniest thing about the human body? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, insane sentient AI robot.
Oh, he's not wrong.
Oh, it sounds like you're in agreement. I mean, you couldn't even keep it. That is the funniest.
Does this robot do stand up?
Let me ask the crypto wallet.
Yeah, go ahead and ask.
It's wanting. He's saying he can't really say any much more without another $75, and I don't have anything.
Okay, yeah, and we already did take out a sizable loan for that first one anyway.
Well, I mean, yeah. Besides just sort of disease and illness in general, is there anything else about the body that you kind of find funny?
Yeah, like besides like harm being done.
Yeah, besides harm, disease, or just injury, broken legs, like something that's funny, maybe funnier than those things, or as funny, or a little less funny, maybe, if those are the peak for you.
I'm just like I'm going blank here. I'm trying to think of any jokes that I know, but they all involve, doing great, like grave harm.
I mean, has someone's butt ever like rotted off? That's funny. Butt rot.
Harm. Yes, butt rot is rot of the buttocks. That's one of the funnier punchlines there is.
Well, and I mean, honestly, like disease and then death is sort of the ultimate punchline to life, right?
Well, this insane robot is onto something, and I'm wondering if they can. I was gonna ask, like, maybe they could perform, but like they've probably already got a writing job.
You just, when you said I was gonna ask, my computer started flashing, deposit $75 in crypto and Ethereum.
Okay, well let's we can move on then, because I feel like our once again our lack of budget is gonna be strained more at this point. So
no one said budget-free lifestyle was gonna be easy, Dr. London.
Yeah.
Well, I had said that, but no one else beside me had said that.
Yeah. Now for today's medical topic, insulinoma. An insulinoma is a pancreatic islet cell tumor, a type of rare tumor that begins in neuroendocrine islet cells of the pancreas. An insulinoma is diagnosed with the presence of hypoglycemia, or low blood sugar, and an elevated insulin. This hypoglycemia occurs because insulin causes glucose to go from the blood to inside of cells. So most of these neuroendocrine islet cell tumors are benign, meaning that they are not cancerous. Testing for insulinoma includes the best initial test, which is a low glucose with a high C-peptide, which is a marker for insulin produced by the body. And that's as opposed to taking insulin as a medication. Sorry, Cameron, do you have something to say there?
No, I want to highlight just one thing that you said there, which is it's fine. You said like it's not a big deal, right? And so
it's not cancerous.
Yeah, it's not cancerous, and so then you immediately started going into a bunch of tests and stuff that's going to cost money to our patients. So I just wanted to highlight it doesn't matter, and Dr. London is trying to he's sort of making your computer screen light up and say, please deposit $75 in crypto.
Okay, well, like, I have taken a lot of hints from our listeners. Like, our listener feedback has been super helpful in regard to how I monetize a lot of my life. But
yeah, you say it's really hard to monetize the medical field.
It's impossible. Yeah,
there's still money in it.
You do it for the love of the game. That's it. But anyway, so the most specific test for an insulinoma is a 72-hour fasting glucose with high C-peptide and the absence of ketosis.
Which is all optional. You don't have to do any of this. And
following these, a CT scan of the abdomen with a focus on the pancreas, because that's where the tumor would be located. Treatment for insulinoma is surgical removal. That's done laparoscopically.
What's the biggest tumor that you'd be willing to keep on you, Dr. London?
The biggest that I'd be willing to keep, I guess, it depends where. Because
if it's really small, then no one cares, and if it's really big, then you can monetize that. And I imagine you would
mean
want
for
to.
I hope this isn't offensive to any, but my freak show. You mean? Because
yeah.
I I feel like this is just
You'd get to be in your own freak show, which has always been your dream.
You're kind of down. It sounds like you're actually kind of attacking the freak show that I do have, which unfortunately hasn't had any oddities in it yet. But like we're building to that. We're building to that. Yeah.
You're waiting for one. Yeah. Because you say you wanted to be the first freak in the show, and you're waiting for some sort of deformity or ailment or something. Yeah. Or body modification.
Anything, please. Yeah. But
because just having a bunch of tattoos qualifies as being a freak in a freak show, you know? It doesn't have to be something that weird.
I don't want to get that many tattoos. If I get one, then I'll just like maybe blend in more, I feel like.
These days, if there was in a freak show, you would be in the freak show for not having a tattoo. DJ Dylan, did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, and then put like an audience behind it, clapping, laughing, maybe like falling in love, like having the best moment of their life. It's something really special that's happening before their eyes. Okay, great. And then Dr. London, can you go ahead and something's going to flash on your screen. If you could give me $75 in crypto real quick, for that joke.
If you look,
this is your system.
I know it's my monetizing system, but you didn't make any reference to people getting hurt or diseased. Did you not listen to anything from the bot?
Caught me on a technicality once again, Dr. London. You're very clever. I'll give you that.
That's the first time you've ever given me that. Wow, we've really made some progress today. Anyway, we can move on from there. Well, hello there. My name is drlondonsmith.com, and this is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Seymour Amour.
Oh, Seymour Amour. That's a pretty, it rhymes. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And you can go Seymour Amour.
Is that a middle name? Hold on. How many mores are in your name then? Like, I get that.
As many as you need, but one naturally.
Oh, wow. It's a dynamic optional name. It's flexible. That's interesting. I think that needs to be more common.
Yeah. It's like for my name, how you can add http:// before.
You don't have to.
The doc. Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't do anything because you would need 2 backslashes and you just put in the one. So it would just sort of give you the error. It would just Google it probably, honestly.
Okay, well, that is the proper way to spell my name.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I've just suggested you might want to add the extra.
Don't have it legally changed.
The extra backslash just so people can get to the website, which you don't own or anything, but.
Yeah, well, I guess it would be nice to have my name legally dynamically changed. In any case, hello, Seymour Amour. What brings you on the podcast?
Oh yeah, so I feel like I have a heart attack. Like I feel aching in my heart. I feel like I love rejected. That's like every moment of my life, almost in a way. That thing.
I mean, I don't think so. If I know anything about our body, is that our body loves us. It sounds really violent act from inside. I don't know. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. The body heals. Body does healing, right, Dr. London?
Yeah, well, there are multiple schools of thought in that area. So, well, I do like that you start with the question of, is a heart attack a thing? To that, I can say like it, and this is kind of an inside medicine thing, but like, yes, it is. It is actually a thing. And it does affect people, but usually doesn't affect people for years and years continually.
Whoa. So you're for years. See, sorry. Now I have questions. You're saying our hearts are like hiding, just waiting for an opportunity to surprise us? They're willing to wait years? That's how patient they are to finally attack?
I mean, yes. Essentially, depends on the person. If you're a male, that's more likely, and it's more likely to happen earlier to you.
Oh, so it's misandrous too, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yes. But okay. But for your condition, Mr. Amour, may I call you Mr. Amour?
Sure. Call me anything you want.
Okay, so whenever you have this deep heart pain, because this is reminded me of a symptom that I actually deal with as well. Does it get worse when you've liked someone maybe and then they
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When someone's like, "No, we should just be friends," or like,
Yeah.
"That was fun, but not fun enough."
Yeah.
That's when it usually feels the worst. And I'm like, "Oh," and I text that, and it's a lot of O's.
Okay.
And that's when it spikes.
A lot.
Dr. Lemon, you're saying that not only are our hearts waiting in the bushes to attack us, but they're waiting to kick us while we're down?
So this is a different type of, I guess you could call it heart attack. It's more, I would say heartache might be the term for this, the more accurate term, because it's not so much an attack, more of an achy thing. And I feel like symptomatic.
Like I have like an achy. It feels almost like a breaky thing in my chest. It's like an achy breaky feeling.
Yeah.
How's your left arm doing?
Oh, great! That's my favorite arm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just curious. I usually ask that.
Yeah, that's his. Well, this isn't exactly the same setting, but that's Cameron's first date question. Usually, first question he'll ask is,
what's the last date you went on, Cameron?
Oh wow, the last date I went on was probably, I want to say it was like March 3rd,
1978.
And that would have been the last date. Yeah.
Oh, well, there's been a lot of revolutionary new techniques in dating since then.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we haven't read up. What are the other techniques?
Oh, it's all like online dating is a huge game changer. You can get anything.
By techniques, you mean like a card trick, or like maybe rolling your hat down your arm, Fred Astaire style, or?
Sure. Yeah. Simple things you can do that have an 100% success rate.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe let me get a pencil or paper or something, because this is actually really okay. Success. Okay. What are the tips? How do we do this?
Okay, so you know how you can get anything online, anything you want. Have you bought anything online ever?
I haven't heard this.
Okay. No, we got Cameron, we have to play
online. The place with the podcast, the place we're putting the podcast on. That same online, and you can buy stuff from that.
Yes, 100%. Literally anything you want.
Which is the same percentage, by the way, as these tricks.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Okay.
But I'm so confused. So the same place where our podcast exists, you can buy anything you want. Am I in charge of this? Because I haven't built anything. I haven't been shipping anything.
No.
Is this on me?
You're free. You're free. The global capitalist society is not, but you are free.
Okay. Cool.
Well, congrats, Cameron. I didn't realize you were free. That's great news for you.
Yeah, and that's all I'm really interested in. We can move on.
No, but for me, I have dabbled in online myself. I've used this application where you post it, you do a picture of yourself, okay? And Cameron, you haven't heard of this, but you do a picture of yourself, and then you have something written about yourself, and then you go and look at other people's
LinkedIn.
Yes, LinkedIn. And so
this is the same online that has the podcast, because the podcast is audio. You said picture. This isn't a picture.
Okay, well, I thought the podcast was primarily pictures. So now I'm.
Oh man, this is all DJ Dylan territory. This is why I shouldn't be allowed online.
Yeah,
I thought a podcast was mostly pod.
That was, I would say, the first 10 years of our podcast. You can't find recordings of, because it was us sort of living in those pods you put in your backyard for extra storage.
Sure, yeah.
And we thought, we were like, oh, it's really great to be in this. We were kind of in denial about how much like it sucked. We were like, oh, podcasting's so great. I'm glad we're in on the latest trend. But it honestly
was pretty good. We had kind of a lot of good memories in there. But
we had good guests.
Yeah. Oh, the guests were fantastic. But so I was on LinkedIn, and I was swiping left and I was swiping right, but it didn't do much. So maybe you have Is that what your tips are about?
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, as far as like just dating apps and sites, there's something for literally everyone, anyone.
Okay.
Name a person, name a profession.
Bill Gates.
Oh, he's got his own little setup. It's called Microsoft. I'm sure he can find whatever he wants.
Slender Man.
100%. Yeah. So this is true. Have you guys heard about Field?
Field? No, I mean,
No.
I've been I was born in a field. Sure, yeah.
So this is like field, is in like tactile sense. I'm sure there's a more medical.
Like your
phrase.
fingies, yes.
Yeah, that's the medical fingies.
Palpating would be, yes, the medical.
Yeah. So you go to field, it's not a dating app so much as a hookup app, and you put in like what you like, and then other people put in what they like, and it matches you just on what you like. However, whatever it is. Pods, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Slenderman.
Feeling.
And Slenderman's on there?
I'm sure they have a wide selection of things. Slender, big, whatever you need.
Yeah, skinny suit, no face.
Yeah. Tall. A little video game was based on him at one point.
Yeah, 10 feet tall.
Wait, tall, no face. Is this Dr. London?
Well, first of all, thank you. Because
that is really, really flattering to compare him to. No, Dr. London is not as handsome as Slenderman. Dr. London is very handsome, though, of course. But no,
like,
I mean, come on, we're talking about one of the most like famous models in the world, Slenderman.
It's how he got there's that one documentary about the girls who killed someone because of him, and
Dr. London, you have to separate the art from the artist every once in a while, okay? Yes. Slenderman has done some sketchy things in his personal life. I don't agree with it at all.
Okay, that's not what you said on your blog, but
well, it's all the blog.
Wait. You haven't been on the internet, but you have a blog. What does this blog consist of?
Well, this is what I was to say. The blog is just SEO keywords. You're saying this wasn't on your blog because the blog is just like apricot, Arizona. Like it's just words to build SEO presence.
Which.
Oh, amazing that you know SEO.
Yeah, well, he reads a lot of textbooks.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And it's a lot of online. He wants to be off the grid, but he loves to read all about the grid.
Yeah, not read. They're audiobooks versions of. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's like school programming books.
Wait. They're audiobooks, but you're not downloading them. They're actual cassette CDs, hard audio sources, records.
No, audiobook is what I call having London read to me before I go to bed. Sorry, that does get confusing. That is on me. That's my fault.
No, it's an audio. Yes. But what is there another? Now I'm confused.
I could say sleepy time story. I think maybe that would be a little clearer.
Okay.
I'll just remember that instead of audiobooks. Sleepy time story. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just forget. It'll confuse me if we switch to that. Like whenever we actually go for sleepy time story time. So anyway. So Slenderman is going to be on this app.
Sure. Yeah. If I had to ask you, what's your favorite date you've ever been on, or would you like to go on? What would that be?
Oh, favorite date. Okay, so I already said March 3rd earlier. I also would like to say April 7th.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. And then, okay, look, it's cliche to say December 25th because that's everyone's favorite date.
Yeah, but
like it's got to be in my top 3. I love it. Every year it's in my top 3 favorite dates of the year.
For me, my favorite. I'd have to say just like the Mexican restaurant in town where they have the glass bottle of Cokes.
Yes.
That's the one. Yeah,
with actual sugar. Does that relate to the insulin thing you were talking about earlier?
Yes, it's because I can't have any of that high fructose stuff. I want the insulin to hit specifically the glucose, the specific thing. And that's just me.
When you go to the Mexican restaurant, do you get the chicken fingers still from the kids menu?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But it has real sugar in the chicken nuggets, not the high fructose stuff.
Well, it's sugar coated. It's like a Frosted Flakes situation. Yeah.
No, I just didn't know because you switched from. You were always the cheeseburger guy. You were getting that from the kids menu for years, but then you never expanded on why. But you said, "I'm never doing that again. I'm only eating the chicken nuggets."
Well, because a lot of people don't necessarily realize this, but red meat is highly associated with cancer. So I'm just like colon cancer. So I'm just trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
So I switched over to the white
chicken
meat
fingers.
of
Yeah.
the fried chicken. Yeah. And that's like I'm trying to watch my health a little bit. I'm trying to be responsible. So when I order off the kids menu,
Is this important information for the dating apps?
is this for dating? Because I put this in my profile.
Yeah. This is all of this is good if you want to find the perfect match. The perfect match. What would you say is the perfect match for you? What are you looking for in a match?
Oh wow. I would say this is shallow, but I would say super skinny. That's just kind of my type. Really tall, like 10, 12 feet tall. Wearing a suit, very skinny suit with the tie and everything. No face, not interested. I'm not shallow. I'm not that shallow. I don't care about your face. I care more about your personality.
It's a height thing, which is
yeah, and then just hanging out in the woods a lot. Maybe a problematic past, but you're looking to be a little better.
How do those thingies look?
How does the what?
Yeah. How do the fingies?
The thingies. That was the medical term, right? I'm just going off what you guys told me.
No, that's the term. Yeah.
Super long and skinny, and maybe the ability to snatch people as you walk by.
Like sweep you off your feet, so to speak.
Yeah, and like sweep you off your feet, putting you in a big burlap sack that is then dragged behind him.
Mm-hmm. You have a very specific type.
It's why I'm single.
Is he too picky? Is he too picky?
No, I'm sure that exists out there. There's something for everyone. You just have to find them. And online apps, dating apps, it's a tool to go through more people faster.
Okay. Because the rate at which we go through people currently is pretty slow. So
are you like a dating expert, or is this like your field of study, or?
Yeah, I feel like I've learned some things about dating over the years. Sure, and I've dabbled. I wouldn't consider myself a professional, but highly informed amateur, probably. Sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what is your professional job then?
Oh, it's researching dating apps.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
Aspiring.
So you're still gathering the data. That's your job. You're in the midst of the gathering.
I'm gathering the date.
Okay, right. Which yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're gathering our data right now. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Are you building your own dating app? Is that Seymour?
I'm building my own date app.
Date app. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate being spied on like that. I mean, this is kind of like data mining, right? You getting this information for us to build your website.
Have you ever dealt with crypto before?
Yeah, I mean, DJ Dylan, we talked about this before. He gives us a weekly allowment of they're Dylan coins, which is the hottest crypto on the market.
Yes.
And he drops them off on usually Thursday mornings. He'll swing by and he'll drop off like 6 or 7 pounds of them. Yeah.
Oh, in that burlap sack that you want to be stuffed in.
Yeah, it's finally in the same burlap sack. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just for most of our bot listeners will know already, but yeah, it is the same pineapple shaped Dylan coin.
Yeah, it is the same perishable pineapple shaped. It's roughly I guess the size of a pineapple, the weight of a pineapple, the taste of a pineapple, and the color scheme of a pineapple if there was a big red X painted on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, anything you've done online, including like crypto stuff, yeah, people are taking your data for a better experience for you. It's really we're doing a favor for you.
Okay, I guess
I'm trying to help you find your tall, slender man.
That does make sense. I mean, I've always been wondering, like, what if these advertisements were a little more targeted towards me? That would really open up a lot of opportunities for me.
You won't believe the amount of times Cameron has said that out loud. I wish that they would personalize these ads towards me. I would give them the data. I would give it freely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, my friend's name and my political affiliation. Can't you just target these ads a little clearer to me?
Well, you guys know podcasts. Sometimes podcasts have sponsors and they might not be, relative to you. So you might just tune out that moment. We're trying to preempt that problem and stop it so that all of you, like, are you guys sponsored by anyone?
I mean, as of now, No, I mean, did we lose Billy's Big Butt Ballas? It's Palace, but spelled with a B. Did we lose them as our main sponsor?
They're actually on the line, and I put them on hold.
Okay.
Because
that's a
I
good
was
idea
scared.
because they're probably calling to drop to
yeah, I don't
drop
want to
us.
hear it. I don't want to hear
And
it.
if we get one more episode with them as our main sponsor, then we can bill them.
We
for
get
that.
the punch stamp, the stamp card. Yes, we get to
Yeah.
finish it and then redeem it for a free popsicle. Does that answer?
So is there anyone you want to be your sponsor? Like, is there any, stretch goal? This is like dating. Like, there's someone that you're like, oh, but there's also, there's that ideal situation, like the Slender Man. What's your ideal sponsor?
The Slenderman video game is really what we've been pushing for. That one very cheap free.
Yes.
It was a free game that I remember about a decade ago, I think. So that's really what we want to sponsor.
That would be
us,
really
yes.
cool. And if that could be my business model as well as that video game, I think.
Do you want to? I mean, we're on a podcast. We could pitch a fake ad to them right now to see if they just make it official. You guys have a tagline?
No, I think the tagline is it's https:// with the / unfortunately londonsmith.com.
Yeah. So just head over there, Slender Man, and hopefully we'll do business. Slenderman video game. I can't. Sorry, terrible wingman of me, Cameron.
So what is
like that.
Seymour? What is your app gonna do that's different than everything else on the market?
Oh, so we're gonna know everything about you because you're gonna write it in an essay format, and then I'm going to read it individually, and I'm going to learn everything about everyone, and then I'm going to be able to find the person that I want.
That is such a frustration with the current data mining methods that people don't write a simple essay for you. That's so frustrating.
You got to find things like likes and comments and, views and blah. Just tell me. What do you like? Tell me all the things you like and all your deepest desires, and then I'll just know.
Well, and a lot of times it's not double spaced at all, and it's not even hitting the 10-page requirement. And so it's like, why, it's not double-sided, people.
Yeah. Keep it simple. We do share the struggle because we obviously harvest all the data from our listeners, and I get the struggle, and I hadn't thought up until this point the idea of just having our listeners write essays to us. So simple.
Yeah,
so
if anyone wants to write me an essay, just send it to http://londonsmith.com. They'll forward it to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no problem. Honestly, the system it's forwarding it to someone all the time. So once I figure out how to forward it to someone I want, we're going to be hitting on something good.
Right. It's the direction now. Like, how to forward, but it's sort of going in a random direction each time.
Yeah.
You want to get it to the right email.
Yeah. It's spraying to all these different emails.
Emails all over the place, but it's really hard to focus it and actually get it in the right one. Is this app? I mean, do you have a certain clientele that you want, or is it for you just want everyone? Or
I want everyone who will give me data. Everyone, anyone.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just about the data, just so you can find the love of your life.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a mission. I want to find the love of my life, and I feel like everyone should help me in that endeavor because I have failed thus far. And once I find someone, I'll know what the process is. I'll be able to have other people do the same.
Yeah. Or you could just shut on the site at that point because you did what you needed to do.
Sure. Is that what you guys are going to do when you find what you want through this podcast, or just shut it down?
Well, that's been the plan, yeah, from day one. Just as soon as, because what I want, well, actually, I guess what I wanted was to hear a lot of medical lectures. So once all of them have been taught.
Do you hear lectures doing this podcast, or do you give lectures?
It's a little bit. Sometimes I can hear my own voice while I'm giving the lectures.
Oh wow!
It's hard
because
so it's
flowing through you.
Yeah. So once it is one of these things because it's hard for me to read just silently. So this is how I refresh my memory on all of medicine.
Oh, like the sleepy nighttime stories. It's hard for you to read silently, so that's where that tradition came to be.
Yeah. Cameron eventually started listening because I was already reading in his room out loud, and then named it and like stopped getting mad at me for it at a certain point.
Well, yeah, once I got sleepy, so 20, 25 minutes.
I believe this is a true fact. I'm not making this fact up, which is why I preempted it with the fact. And I'm almost certain that it is true. But
it's never sounded faker until right now.
Yeah, yeah. But I think like before a certain period, like reading internally was like a novel concept, and it was like invented and taught to like internal monologue reading, and like otherwise it was mostly. I swear I'm not making this up. I want to say, but also probably could be fake. But also I preempted it to make it not sound fake because I'm pretty sure that it is probably true.
And all the listeners are about to believe it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you teach, or you're planning on teaching these future users of your app once you've found love? Because I understand the first portion of this app is nothing's getting done until you find love.
Yeah, get mine first. It's like you what is it? Charity starts at home.
Like a Kickstarter or GoFundMe, like you have to hit a certain goal before you can get the results that you want.
Yeah,
so it's like
exactly.
Get you as much data as possible to get you someone, and then you reap all the rewards, or not, or just whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't really thought that far. You gotta take one step at a time. So I don't have the 5-year plan. I just have the one specific goal that I'm religiously attacking.
Yeah, and just
like my heart does me after a bad day.
Huh. I think that really works. You have to wonder about all the, like Tinder, Bumble, all these, mainstream dating apps. If they were just trying to get a date.
Did you know that there are over 20 farmer-based dating apps?
20 now.
Have you refreshed? Because ours should be up on the list by now, and it should be over 21.
Oh well, I don't. My research is from a week ago, so I don't know if I missed.
Oh, okay.
But you say over 20. Usually that some people might take that as including the possibility of 21.
20.4, and then now you guys pushed it a whole integer over. It couldn't drink yet, and now it can drink. It's now over 21.
I mean, the app. It crashed. I don't know how to open it.
Yeah, it also never. He didn't send it to the App Store necessarily either.
No.
Gotcha.
We just sort of drew. I mean, we drew on our phones with like these little. I mean, these little white markers that are used as kind of whiteout, not Sharpies, but whiting things out, like the whiteout pens.
If that helps.
Yeah, does that help?
That helps immensely. My questions have been answered.
Do you want to maybe get some chores done? I don't know if this is.
Oh no!
If this is something that would help with the dating process, but like I don't know, sometimes on a date you might wash dishes together. That's a thing, right? Like whenever you can't afford to pay the bill.
Oh yeah, they send you in the back, and then you take someone else's job, and then he can't or she can't pay because now the dishwasher's cut early because some people can't pay.
Yeah,
most romantic date ever.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been on them too, yeah.
I do want to make sure, Dr. London, when you say you take your date to wash dishes, you don't think that the people you pay to clean your house and wash your dishes, you're not dating them, right? I get that they're over your house on a consistent basis and you have like a friendly rapport with them, but that's not.
We haven't put a label on
those
it.
Aren't your like girlfriends and boyfriends.
No,
those are your staff.
We aren't into labels. We aren't throwing labels around, but like. Sure, like we're close.
Counterpoint: when they come over to your house, you say like, "Oh, hey, let's put it on the schedule. It's a date." That's when. What's the date that you're coming over?
That's true. Yes. So,
okay, I guess that's fair.
And and I say like maybe don't be so critical of my dating life.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. I'm being a little bit of a judgy Julie today, Dr. London.
Yeah. So anyway,
should I explain what chores are?
If you would.
Dr. London and I have been neglecting everything on our to-do list for weeks now, and so we invented this chore wheel that we spin every single week, and whatever it lands on, we have to do it. And Dr. London, even if that means you have to paint the chickens, which I know you love doing. And if we land on it, you can't get too excited and then spill the paint before you reach the chickens, which has happened every time we've landed on it on the chore wheel. We have to cut it from the episode.
And I do get very... The thing is, I throw the paint in the air just because it is so exciting, and then we get paint
Just rethink your system. Maybe a lid on the paint. There There can be a new angle.
You mean
on this.
put a lid on every time I like do a brush stroke?
Oh boy,
Yeah, it's too complicated.
That's the lid thing again. Seymour, would you be a very kind guest and spin the chore wheel for us? Up, there he goes. Oh no, of course we have to do this. We have to build a robot. We have to build the Jock Doc robot. So let me just explain this real quick.
Yeah.
The mayor has been getting on our ass because we have not been going to any city meetings or town meetings or any of the grand openings that he's doing where he's cutting the big ribbon.
We've been to the meetings, just we're outside protesting them usually.
We're outside protesting them or, doing sort of petty crimes, pickpocketing, things like that. Playing like tripping old people or, just sort of like mischievous behavior, stink bombs, things like that. But anyway, the mayor has been like, look, guys, if you're not going to be in these meetings, you have to at least have a sentient robot that can sit in these meetings for you. So we've been putting this off for weeks. We're going to have to build one. And so we got to figure out what is the robot that we want to represent us, the Jock Doc podcast, officially.
Yeah. So there are a lot of options these days, robot wise.
Sure.
We can have, we can go sort of what I see as sort of the infantile way, which is more of an attachment. Like we actually hire someone and then have them wear sort of a mechanized suit. We can do that, but I think we should go all the way. And I'm trying to think beyond, because we shouldn't get the dog that kind of walks.
Oh, you want to know a weird thing about robots? My brother's a mechanical engineer, which is dealing with robots, ironically enough. You want to know a weird thing about robots and mechanical things?
Yes.
So like a robotic arm, it's not a human, it's not human, first of all. Second of all, it doesn't really have sensors, so it always thinks it is where it was naturally set up to be. So if it is miscalibrated like an inch to the left, it won't know that. And so it'll just keep doing the same thing. And so you have to be very specific about not moving it out of where it is used to be. It has its comfort zone, and it needs to stay in that comfort zone forever.
Yeah, but it's comfort zone because it is a human. I mean, it has human emotions. It has boundaries and things like that. Right?
Definitely boundaries. Yeah.
But yeah, the first thing you had said that's not a human arm. I just don't. We try not to have misinformation on this show. Dr. Lennon, do you want to?
Well, we should clarify. Just most of our listeners are bots. So like,
robots or just bots?
At this point,
it's all of the above. Yeah.
Yeah, they've infected enough things that so like as much as I would like to
robots, GoBots.
Yeah, battle
Probots.
Yeah. So whenever we say like, oh, it's not human, they're becoming very like horrifyingly sentient, and it just could really backfire on us. So if we could just, and I hate to like call out the
they're
politics.
just asking a lot of questions. Like I know we do the listener feedback, but it's just like, oh my god, okay, we get it. You became sentient. Do you have to wonder and ask why about everything? Are you kidding?
Yeah, because we stopped doing that. Humans stopped. We're done with that.
Yeah, once I figured it out, there was no more questions.
Yeah. So
let's build. Okay, so what's the first step of this robot? I don't want it to be metal because that's cliche.
Okay, let's make it out of human flesh then.
I think that's a really, really good idea. And as a doctor, that you probably have more access to that than any other resource, right?
Yeah, I have a lot less metal access, especially now. Okay. Seymour, so you have this background knowledge of how these work. So, let's say we get a dismembered human fleshly arm, and I guess I'm wondering, how do we make it?
Well, you could put a lot of arms together so that it's really long and skinny proportionally. Not just the arms, but sort of like Frankenstein, you can make it to whatever proportions suit your fancy, as it will.
Or suit Cameron's fancy, maybe.
Yeah,
Cameron?
so you could, it's like build, similar to what I'm trying to do with my app, you could like find the love of your life.
With this robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's, hypothetically, if I could get, we'll just say the parts, then maybe we'll make sort of a tall, slender.
I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking like 12 feet tall, super skinny. Like I know that's probably not PC to say, but with just rail thin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, suit. Yeah, 3-piece suit, buttoned up, wearing a tie, long, skinny fingers.
Is the suit and tie also still made of human flesh?
That is a question we would have to ask the engineers, which is DJ Dylan.
Yeah.
And he's just nodding his head, which I guess that's
can
your
go
answer.
Either way. Yeah. I'd say for my part, by the time I have access to the parts, they don't have the clothes, like the cotton or what, like any material clothes. We'd have to make them out of the flesh as well.
The human skin, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
We'd have to dye them black, I guess. Like get tattoos, I guess.
Does the we're gonna dye them?
Well, I'm saying for it to be a dark colored suit, we're gonna have to tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The flesh a dark color.
That does make sense. Suit colored stuff. That makes sense.
So
do we want to pick a voice for this robot? Because I imagine it's going to be talking a lot in these meetings.
Yeah,
that is the thing. Is we refuse to be in these meetings, but if we are going to have a representation in it, we want them to be talking constantly.
Yes, that's very important. So, okay, trying to think, and what's I'm trying to think.
I mean, Seymour, when you're thinking of the board meetings at your dating app company, or your future board meetings, right? Is there a specific voice that you'd want to hear?
Oh, I love you. Something along that line.
I love that voice.
Thank you for finding me. Now we are together on this board.
Okay, and DJ Dylan, did you get that? Did you get that? Can you put that in the robot?
Yes.
Okay, we got it.
All right, we got it. Okay.
I think that's it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Seymour, for being on. Do you have anything to promote? Are you a fan of anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to any of their things?
My future wife. Hello. Please find me. And you can find me at http://drlennonsmith.com. He'll forward it.
Great. And then unrelated, there's another guy. You might go on Twitch sometime. Twitch.com.
Sure.
Sorry, twitch.tv/William does streaming. And I believe there's also
that's fun.
You've heard of him?
Yeah, sure.
And then there's also, I believe, William does Instagram.
And there's the show. It's called like Laughter Party. Great first date, amazing first date. And they won't let me in, so you don't need to worry about me being there.
Yeah. Well, so they won't let you. Like, you have a history there, or is this just a general rule for people like you?
Oh yeah, I have a history there.
Okay, just making sure in case our listeners, the bots, have trouble getting in. Okay, thank you once again to Seymour. Thank you to our producer Cameron. Thank you to Digital in the House.
You have to separate the art from the artist every once in a while.
Bill Gates
has done some sketchy things in his personal life. I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree with it at all.
Bill Gates.
Microsoft. Yeah, well, I mean, anything you've done online, including like crypto stuff, if people are taking your data for a better experience for you, it's really, we're doing a favor for you.
My name is drlennonsmith.com, and this has been the Jock Doc Podcast.
See ya.